Hi and welcome to Movie Monday. Today we're back with another episode. This one is gonna be a Japanese recipe because we're making onigiris from Spirited Away. So let's get started. So for this recipe I had to do a little bit of research to know how to cook the rice the best way possible. And I found a recipe from a Japanese channel. I'm gonna link it down below and maybe if I can up here too. And I basically followed his recipe for the rice because I wasn't sure how to make it sticky and nice, and we've got it. So let's start with that. First here is the rice. We need to use sushi rice and I didn't have any, and I've read that you can substitute it for risotto rice, which is bigger than basmati rice or long rice. It's just more rounded, but if you can do it with sushi rice, obviously it's gonna be better. We're gonna start by washing the rice because we need it to be clean before we start cooking it. And I'm gonna put water, wash it with my hand, and then take out the water and put more clean water and do it again. I did it 3 times and that was enough to get it like clean, and you're gonna know when it's clean when the water is not getting white anymore. We're gonna add water to cover the rice, so when you put the finger in the water, this tip touching the rice and the water needs to get up until here. I hope I explained myself here. Once we have the water, we're gonna leave it open without a lid, and the water was cold, and I'm gonna turn the heat to the maximum and we're gonna keep it there until it boils. And once it boils, we're gonna cover it with the lid, and then we're gonna put the heat to the minimum possible and we're gonna let it boil for 12-15 minutes depending how much your rice needs. I left mine for 13 minutes, I think. And then once that time is over, we're gonna turn off the heat and we're gonna leave the rice covered with the lid. Don't open the lid, and we're gonna let that sit there for 15 minutes more. And after those 15 minutes is when we can take out the lid and mix it a little bit. You're gonna see that it's really sticky, and we're gonna mix it just because if there's still water, it's gonna be on the bottom, so the rice that's on the bottom is not gonna be as sticky as the one on top, so that's why we're gonna mix it. But yeah, I have my rice here. It's really nice and sticky. I'm seriously so excited for this recipe, and I know it's probably gonna be like really simple and really basic, but I don't know, I've never done it before and I'm really excited. And I love the movie and I love Japanese food, so it's like perfect. And I've also want to make another recipe from Spirited Away. I think it's probably gonna come in the polls soon enough. So yeah, remember that if you follow me on Instagram, you can just vote on the polls to decide which movie you want to see next. So I'm gonna start preparing the ingredients for the filling. I want to use some tuna. I also want to use some fish sticks, some avocado, and then I have mayonnaise and soy sauce, and I might try one with some ketchup and mayonnaise to make like a pinky sauce. I don't know how that's called. And from now on, I'm basically improvising. I think I might add some sesame seeds to some of them too. I took some water out, but we don't want any water at all, so I'm gonna rinse it even more here to make sure it's dry. That's such a waste of plastic. So in this one we have tuna and avocado, and I'm gonna add some mayonnaise and some soy sauce. And then in this one I'm gonna add also some mayonnaise, some ketchup, and just a tiny bit of soy sauce for the saltiness. I don't know. The ones in the movie don't have seaweed, are just the rice, but I'm gonna add seaweed because I have it and I think it's nice. And now another thing that I've learned on the channel that I was telling you about is that this rice is obviously not salty. So what you need to do is to put some water in your hands and now some salt, and like wash your hands with water and salt, so the rice that you take now, it's also gonna have flavor. Let's take some rice, some of these, for example, rice to cover it. Why do I feel like this is already a disaster? And now you're not supposed to press it a lot, but you need to make the shape, like the triangle shape. Seaweed. That's my first onigiri ever. Looks pretty cute.
お食べ、ご飯を食べてなかったろ?
I just realized that you weren't seeing the final results, so let me show you. But yeah, that's how they look. I think they turned out really good for being my first time making them, and I hope that the fillings are really good inside too. So yeah, they look pretty good for not having done them before, and you can obviously just not add the seaweed. Actually, I think that the seaweed is usually used to wrap them completely, but as in the movie they don't use any and I don't like it that much, I decided to just put like a tiny line. But yeah, that's it for today's video. It's a pretty easy recipe to make, pretty fast too, so I hope you try it out. And remember that you can follow me on Instagram if you want to vote on the polls to decide which movie you want to see next, and if not, you can always leave a comment down below and let me know which movie you would like me to bring here. And actually, this is the movie that we're gonna be making on the next episode.
I filled these with a simple sleeping draught. Simple, but powerful.
And with that said, if you made it this far, give a like to the video because that really helps the channel, and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one.